squeeze a car between a car and a wall like that. You didn't have the room.
89, you're a moron.
DJ, we've got some after race stuff. Oh, they're wrecking each other. As we got Laskowski up in the wall is. Oh, this is Tempers Flarin.
Okay, so it looks like it's working now. So welcome into the first episode of the Tempers Flarin podcast with the Ghost Cup series. I'm here with Rookie of the Year contender Austin Wheeler. If you want to say hello.
What's going on, guys?
I'm here with Brock Whitehead on my team, unbiased.
What's going on?
Here with Christian Ruse, last season's defending champion.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
I'm here with Patrick McQuaid as well, the pole sitter for the Daytona race coming up.
How y'all doing?
I'm also here with Ricky Gonzalez. He's returning after a season's break. Welcome back.
Hey, man. How you doing?
Pretty good. And here with Ryan Sizemore, always been a steady contender in the Ghost Cup series.
Hey, how's everybody?
So let's get this going. I guess we can just jump straight into it with the Daytona qualifying results. We'll go through the list and then I'll just kind of ask everybody how confident they are in being able to improve their spot. Obviously, with Brock and McQuaid qualifying 1-2, they don't really need to improve their position, but how good do you think you can do in the duels to improve your starting spot and ultimately try to win the big race? So Ryan, obviously you weren't able to make qualifying. You'll be starting 15th in the first duel. I qualified 15th, which is absolutely terrible, I guess. I'm starting 8th in the first duel. You'll notice a trend here with the duels. There's only one guy in here in the other duel, so let's see if you can figure out who it is. Austin, you qualified 11th. You'll be starting 6th in the first duel. Ricky, you qualified 7th. You'll be starting 4th, actually, in the first duel. Roos, you qualified 3rd, just outside the top 2. You're starting 2nd in the first duel. Brock, qualifying 2nd, is the only driver out of this list starting in 1st in the second duel. And McQuaid, you obviously got the pole. You'll be starting 1st in the first duel. So we'll just kind of go down the list, like I said. Ryan, how confident are you in being able to drive up from 15th in the first duel to try to start 3rd for the big race?
I mean, obviously I missed qualifying, so that, puts us back a bit. But went back and watched the broadcast qualifying and seeing, what guys had the raw speed. Realistically, I'm okay with starting in the back of the duels like that. We've got a big rookie class season. Right. So, being able to sit back and kind of watch how these guys are going to make moves, like what their thought process is, it gave me a little bit of time to kind of sort that out. Obviously, we want to be starting as high up in the actual race as we can. But given the circumstances, I think we can hang back a little bit and kind of get a feel of them, and then try to make a charge towards the end there. But I'm confident. Team's been practicing, doing some testing lately. It's like any other team at the beginning of the season. You come in, you're not really knowing how it's going to go, but we're confident.
Right, yeah, that's kind of where I'm at. Obviously, I'm starting 8th in the first duel. I didn't really have a good qualifying effort. I usually don't qualify well at these tracks. I try to do a good racing. From my side, I tend to race better than I do qualify at these tracks. So starting 8th, I kind of want to get up as high as I can because I don't want to start in the back. For me, preferably, I'd rather be above where the mayhem could be as opposed to being behind it. If you're in front of it, for me, it's kind of easier to avoid those situations. Whereas if you're behind it, you got to worry about if people are behind you, are they going to run you over when the wreck happens, stuff like that. So for me, I definitely want to be able to try to get up as high as I can. Obviously, I'm not going to be able to get 1st or 2nd because those are already locked in. But starting 3rd would be, fantastic. I've been able to kind of control a race before from the front. Unfortunately, haven't been able to get that win at these tracks yet, but we'll try to figure it out. Now, Austin, we'll go to you. You're starting 6th in the first duel. What's your plan for the duel, and how comfortable are you in being able to have a good spot to set yourself up good for the Daytona race?
I feel pretty good about it. Typically, the drafting tracks I tend to do fairly well, simply because I just end up staying out of the big one at the end. A lot of times I try to stay up towards the front. I'm just not good at timing runs typically. A lot of times they fall. Hopefully I can be there towards the end of the duel, and that'll give me a good start spot for the Daytona big race.
Yeah, we'll have to see how it goes. It was like Ryan was saying, we've got a really good rookie class. We're boasting 40 drivers for the big race and for the first time in a while. So we'll move on to Ricky. Obviously, you're starting 4th in the first duel. You had a pretty good qualifying effort, holding up there in 7th. Do you really feel like you need to advance your position anymore, or are you one of the guys that wants to actually start at the rear of the big race?
Well, funny for me. I'm actually not going to be at the duels, so I got to travel for work the week of the duels. So I'll be starting in the back. But
oh wow,
it was cool to get back in the car. Obviously, taking a little time off from Ghost and coming back and seeing familiar names. Patrick, Christian, and I raced with Austin in the Throwback Series. So I know how some of these guys race, and I know they're really respectful. So we'll just start from the back. I'm going to try to help Zach and Caleb as best we can. Caleb's another rookie. Coming in, Zach Woods. Everybody knows Zach.
Yeah.
That's our guy. He's kind of our team correspondent and making sure if we get pissed off, he keeps us level-headed. And I'm excited to be back. Obviously, really happy with what we did in qualifying and was not expecting that at all. But we've learned some stuff in our time away from Ghost. Trey and Brock, I know you guys are fast. Christian's fast. Patrick's fast. I'm ready to get back in the car and show Ghost what we're all about this season.
Yeah, that rookie list, we'll end up getting into it here in a little bit, talking about all the guys that are coming in, starting their career off here in Ghost this season. I've taken probably a few months off of iRacing. I don't think I've done hardly anything since the season ended. I've actually had to renew my subscription a couple of times because I haven't been paying it because I just don't do it hardly that much anymore. So we'll see if that hurts me. Glad to have you back. Christian, obviously you're starting inside of the first row in the first duel. Or actually, you'll be starting second. Do you think you should try to win that race and start third, or are you comfortable like middle backpack? Like where do you want to be at?
I kind of touched on this in the interview after qualifying the other day. If I have a shot to win the duel, I'm going to go for it. Obviously, with Patrick locked in up front for the season opener, I want to be there to work with him. So if I can win that first duel and be able to work with him right off the bat, that'd be awesome. If I don't have a shot, though, I'm probably going to see about dropping back, seeing if I have any other teammates in there. I guess I haven't really looked at the whole list yet. But I think trying to avoid some of the typical Daytona shenanigans early in the season opener will be key. Trying to just be there at the end. So if I can win, great. If I have a shot at it, I'll give it my best. Otherwise, I think I might just drop back and try to catch up with Patrick later on.
Yeah, I think that's kind of a theme that I'm getting from everybody is that everybody wants to avoid the mayhem, but I think that's everybody's goal, and half the people that say that end up being in the big one. So we'll have to see how that works out for everybody. Brock, obviously you're locked in for your second place starting spot. Once again, starting up front at a plate track. I don't know how the hell you do it. It's like every time we come here, you're first or second. You haven't got that win yet at Daytona, I don't think, unless my memory's bad. But what's it going to take for you to take that final step and beat Patrick here for the win?
Yeah, actually speaking on not winning here, I have won here. I won the season opener, I think, 2 seasons ago, and then something happened the next week, and I take a couple months away from Ghost.
Yeah, I remember. I think Ryan remembers that too. Had a little bit of a lengthy, suspension from the league. So, but we're back now. Continue, Brock.
Yeah. So obviously, I'm starting first in the second duel. I have no teammates in there, so my position's locked no matter what. So I'm just gonna go in there and try and win it. Try to learn a few things about the car, and obviously, I'll be up there for the big race. That's where I want to be. I don't want to be mid-pack or the back of the pack because obviously, like you said earlier, people that don't check up just going to run you over and you're going to be caught up in the wreck. So usually where the big one happens is the middle of the pack, and if you're up front, you don't see the middle of the pack. So that's just where I'm going to want to stay at and just right up there I'll race and work with some guys and stay out of everything.
Yeah, that's it's crazy to me how we've got 6 guys on our team, and you're the only one out of the 6 of us that's in the second duel, and in this podcast as well, we're all in the first duel except for you. You're the only one in the second one, so we're all going to be watching it and see how that goes, because that second duel is kind of a toss-up. Patrick, going to you, obviously a pole here at Daytona, really, really good qualifying effort. I know you're looking to start the season off pretty strong after your 2 wins last year. Is there any expectations you're just setting for yourself in the first race, or like what's going through your mind?
I mean, yeah, Ruse touched on it. Just work with him, work with my teammates, because obviously I'm locked in, like you said, and just I have nothing to lose, so it's all about helping my teammates. And like Junior said, just it's better to be offensive, be on the offense and whatnot. So just try to stay at the front and help out my teammates.
Yep, sounds good to me. So that kind of wraps up our Daytona qualifying recap. We're going to now address all of the moves this offseason. There wasn't as much as I thought there was. I feel like the rookie class kind of overshadows even just the free agency moves that happened. Obviously, you had Matt Mettler and DJ coming over to my team this offseason. TJ Roberts, who is returning, went over to Hupka Motorsports with Cliff Corvo. He's coming back as well after a season's break. Lilith Peters actually moves from Hupka Motorsports to Midnight Motorsports. Brian Cloyd actually jumps over to Ronnie Sizemore Racing with Ryan. And Wesley Jeanette is at Midnight Motorsports as well. Out of those moves, what would you think was the most... least expected, I should say, out of all of those?
Lilith for me. I didn't expect that one.
Yeah, that one was pretty shocking because she ran a bunch of races for Hupka even before last season, and her moving over to Midnight Motorsports with Johnny and Joseph and all them over there, driving a Ford now, obviously. We'll have to see how that goes.
You know someone. You think you know someone, and they just up and leave. No, I don't know how that worked out, but I would say TJ. I didn't expect TJ to come back, and the fact that he joined Hupka was a big addition.
Yep. Yeah, if I remember right, he actually drove a Toyota the last time he ran in Ghost. Still ran the same number 11, which I believe he's running with Hupka as well. But the jump of manufacturer for TJ, we'll have to see how that goes with, obviously, Hupka having a full 6-car field as well. Austin, what about you? I know you're kind of new. You don't really know a lot of these people. Just take a wild guess, I guess, on what you would say is the biggest move in the free agency.
I don't know if this was from free agency or not, but I saw DJ Daniel joined your team this year. I've tried doing my homework a little bit. I've watched a couple of races from last year's broadcast and stuff, and seeing kind of who's got speed and who does better at different kinds of tracks. And I think that's going to be a great addition to your team, having the 96 on there.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see how that goes. Obviously, DJ's got a hot head, and I've got a hot head. Brock's got a hot head. So, I mean, what's going to go wrong when you pair all of them together? Obviously, unfortunately, DJ had left Ryan after last season after giving him, I think it was it 3 wins for you, Ryan, last season that DJ got you?
2 or 3, I can't remember.
Yeah.
I know. And the Daytona, opening Daytona race, and then Charlotte, our longest race.
Mm-hmm.
No, for sure.
Yeah. Christian, Roos, what about you? What do you think was the biggest move?
I would have to agree with Lilith being kind of one of the biggest moves. I will say, on a similar note, though, I think Mettler was a huge free agency pickup for you guys. Mettler's a dark horse. He's got a lot of talent. He just has to be able to stick around at the end of a lot of these races, and I feel like he just gets caught up in a lot of stuff. So I think, yeah, I agree. Lilith is the biggest kind of surprise. She was great for us at Hupka Motorsports last year. She actually put my car in victory lane for the first time, locked me in the playoffs, which was huge. And then, yeah, like I said, free agency wise, Mettler's a big pickup for you guys. It'll be interesting to see how he does with you, because he's a good dude and a good racer for sure.
Yeah, besides those 2 guys that we've talked about, DJ and Matt, we added a rookie, which I'll get into here in a little bit. So we've got a full 6-car field now. We'll see how that plays out, because we only had 3 cars last year. But yeah, very excited to have Matt on the team, especially after his Charlotte All-Star win last year. He showed that, he can get the job done if he's there at the end. So Ricky, you're the last one out of that list. If you need me to go over it again, let me know. But who do you think was the craziest move?
Yeah, I'm gonna switch gears on you just a little bit. Probably just the return of Titletown, man. We've won races in this league in the past when we had Dylan driving for us. I've won here before when we picked up our very first league win at Kentucky. So I'm gonna say our team coming back, and then obviously probably. I'm going to throw another wrench out there. I'm going to say Dustin Hall. Dustin's super fast, if y'all know who Dustin is. He races for Team Conti. So him coming in on, I think, a part-time schedule. I don't know if he's running full-time, just the way the Coke Series stuff works. But I know Dustin's extremely, extremely fast. So if you can keep up with Dustin, I feel like you have a shot at winning races and then getting yourself into the playoffs and hopefully running for a championship.
Yeah, I mean, you read my mind. Segueing into the next part, we're going to talk about the new teams that were formed this season or returning, which one of them was Titletown Racing with Ricky Gonzalez, Zach Woods, and Caleb Collins, the rookie. Excited to see how they perform. GPG Esports with Chris Papa. Glad to have him back. Trackside Motorsports with an all-rookie roster with Blaze Richardson, Ryan Gomes, and Brandon Zimmerman. And DJ Daniel actually is forming his own two-car team with Jackson Dixon and part-timer, I believe, Isaiah Sutherland. And we'll go ahead and go into the rookies as well. Caleb Modzaleski going to Midnight Motorsports with Johnny and all them. Thomas Fisher, the road course ringer, is actually headed over to Ronnie Sizemore Racing, so good for them to be able to add some road course speed over there and develop that program. Austin, you going to Smoky Mountain, which was already a pretty good established and solid team last year, so can't wait to see how that works out for you. Caleb Collins, like you just mentioned, Ricky going to Titletown Racing. Obviously, the Trackside Motorsports team I just mentioned with Blaze, Ryan, and Brandon. And Jackson moving over from... Actually, I don't think he raced last year. He's going to DJ Daniel Racing, so we'll see how that works out. And the two free agents, like you mentioned, Dustin Hall and Joshua Brownlee, which I have not personally seen Joshua drive. But all these rookies, really looking forward to seeing how they perform this year. We'll go through the list. Austin, who would you pick for Rookie of the Year? Obviously, you're a rookie, so I'd be surprised if you pick anything else but you.
Yeah, I'm going to hope it's myself anyway. Really, this year, I'm just going to try to earn some respect from guys in the league and try to race well with my teammates and try to be a close to these races. All these league races are very different from running the officials and stuff. Little more laps, a little more strategy as far as tire saving. So it'll be a different ball game for me. So hopefully I can be at least toward the top half of the rookies this year.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, you seem pretty solid, and from what Ricky said, you seem like a pretty solid driver. I think I've raced with you maybe once or twice. Were you in the charity race a couple months ago?
Yeah, I actually won the colon cancer race.
Oh, wow. Yeah, so I think I did terrible in that race. I can't remember. But yeah, so I guess I was going into my pick. I think it would be you based off of the list that I have in front of me, although I think a close second would be Thomas Fisher. If he was able to figure out the oval side, I think he'd be pretty solid as well because his road course racing is pretty cool. Brock, if you need the list again, let me know. But who would you pick for Rookie of the Year?
Yeah, so I'm actually looking at the list. I'm gonna have to go with Austin Wheeler. We've raced with him a couple times, and just the way he races, he just looks like he's just strong. He's probably very consistent on every track, and that's what you're gonna need. Doesn't matter if you win 5 races in the season, but if you're not consistent, then it all doesn't matter. So I think if he's very consistent, he can get it done. And a close second, I would say, is gonna be Ryan Gomes. I never raced with him, and I don't think I've seen him qualify, but that's just who I would think is going to be the close second. But obviously, I would think Austin Wheeler taking Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, expanding on what you said about consistency, we have Mr. Consistent right here, Christian Roos. Who would you pick for Rookie of the Year?
I don't know a whole lot about really any of these rookies. However, Brandon Zimmerman showed a lot of speed at Daytona. I think he qualified right behind me in fourth. From what I was seeing a little bit in practice there, he seems like he knows how to handle the car pretty well. So I'm gonna go with him as my Rookie of the Year.
Nice. Alrighty, moving on. Patrick, who would you pick for Rookie of the Year?
I would say Austin, just because that Daytona race you guys are talking about, and plus I was the lucky winner of his random person that I think that he paid for my way in. But anyway, the donation. I think it was like one of the raffles, or you know what I'm talking about, right? Yeah. But anyway, to just pick someone else, get their name out there. I think that Joshua Brownlee. I think he had the pole for a while. I think I tied his time when he had the pole during qualifying. So I'm going to go with him. He seems like he has a lot of speed. My goal, like looking at the list and listening to you guys talk and whatnot, my goal last year was just a top 10 every race. But now it might be top 15 would be a win for me because these guys seem pretty talented.
Yeah, we got a pretty stacked group of guys that came in. Ricky, moving on to you. I don't know if you raced with a lot of these guys. Who would you pick?
Yeah, I'm gonna probably have to pick Caleb. I think if I don't pick Caleb, he's probably gonna quit the team. So I'm gonna have to go Caleb, another Texas kid. Brock and Trey, we're from the Metroplex. Caleb's actually from Canyon, Texas, out in West Texas. So
yeah,
I'm gonna go Caleb. We try to coach Caleb up as much as we can. We all feed off of each other with trying to help each other out as much as we can. What we're doing in the car, backing corners up, if we're saving tire or if we're pushing. And Caleb is very receptive of all the information that comes in and try to get better and get faster. So yeah, I'm gonna go Caleb.
Alrighty, and last but not least, Ryan, who would you pick? Obviously, I think I might know who you might be picking.
To follow Ricky's there, I gotta pick the guy that's on my team, Thomas Fisher, exceptional road course racer. He's got several wins in some big series. ChampionRacing.com has done a bunch of stuff, so he's that's his bread and butter. But don't let that hold you back from how good he is and can be on ovals. He's put a lot of work in. But outside of my team, probably Austin. There's a lot of hype around him since he's got here. I've heard a lot of good things, and to go with everyone else, I think he's gonna be good. And kind of like Patrick was saying, this huge rookie class we got coming in is full of talent. On top of the talent we already had in the series, so I think fighting for those top 5s and those top 10s is going to be a heck of a lot harder this year than it was last year.
Yeah, I think it will be too, which kind of is not playing into my favor. I kind of faded off at the end of the season. Obviously, 2 guys here, they show that the second half of the season was their best in Brock and Roos ended up winning the championship, Brock finishing second. All of Brock's wins pretty much coming in the playoffs, which is insane. Moving on now, though, what races this season are you guys looking forward to, and which one are you dreading the most? Austin, we'll start with you. If you need to go look at the schedule, you can. But we'll just need a race that you're looking forward to the most, and which one you're not looking forward to.
I am looking forward to the short tracks and anything that I can rip the wall. So like Kansas, Homestead. I really like Richmond, Bristol. That's where I hope to find an advantage against the others. Looking forward to that style of racing anyway. The draft stuff, Daytona, Talladega, a lot of fun, but it's always a crapshoot there at the end. So as long as I can still compete well at tracks like that, I feel pretty good about the Richmond style and Kansas Homestead style racetracks.
Okay. And then what would you say is not your strong suit racing wise that you feel like you could probably get better at?
I feel I can do a lot better at road courses. I've been working on that personally a lot here recently. I'm just not very good at the deep braking zones, either overshooting them or getting on the brakes too soon. So definitely something to work on and something to look forward to throughout the year to find speed with my teammates.
Gotcha. And Brock, what race are you looking forward to most on the schedule, and which one are you not looking forward to?
Yeah, so really just all the intermediate tracks like Texas and Vegas and Kansas. Kansas really, because ripping the wall is so fun. You either get too close to the wall and you're going to hit it, or you're right on the money and you're going to get the big run off of the top coming out of the corners. I'm dreading not really Sonoma or Watkins Glen, but that Chicago street course. Obviously, the corners are not very wide, as you could see in the actual race that they did last year. I haven't touched that track. I don't even own that track yet, and we'll just see how it goes. I'll have to practice a lot, but I feel comfortable at Watkins Glen, and the Roval and stuff. Just Chicago street course is the one that I'm dreading.
Okay. And Roos, what is your best track you're looking forward to and your worst?
I'm gonna step away from the intermediates a little bit. I love those Kansas, Charlotte, Texas. Absolutely love them. My one that I'm looking forward to most though is Iowa. I'm a half hour away from the Speedway. I was online getting tickets as soon as they opened this year. I am so looking forward to Iowa Speedway. Anything that I can race there, I always do. So that's going to be the one that I'm looking forward to by far the most, and it's a night race. Can't beat that. The ones that I'm least looking forward to, road courses, I'm absolute trash at. I'm not going to sugarcoat that at all. Doesn't matter how much I practice, how much I try to put in for it. It just doesn't turn out well for me. And then putting the cart before the horse a little bit. If I make it to the final four, you can count me out for the championship. Phoenix is never a good track for me. Just too flat. It doesn't fit my driving style. So I'd say, street courses or the road courses and Phoenix are the ones I'm looking forward to the least.
Okay. Patrick, next up, same process. Which one are you looking forward to? Which one are you not looking forward to?
Well, I mean, first off, I'm very intrigued of how the clash is going to go. I don't know if that's going to be good or fun or whatever. But to be more specific, because I love the intermediates, they just basically all fit my driving style. But I mean, let's be real, they're probably the easiest out of all of them. But Auto Club, I love Auto Club, and Charlotte. Charlotte is by far 1000% for some reason my favorite track. I don't care if I do terrible or good there. I just love it. I don't know what it is about it. I don't know if it was like when I was a kid and I watched the Bobby Labonte versus Jimmy Johnson race and all that. They just had great races there. But anyway, to the one I'm dreading, oh man, yeah, basically any road course. I don't understand it. It's been years. I've practiced. I've put in the time. I mean, probably not as much as I should, but the time that I have had put into it, I can't get it. I don't know. So my goal with those are just to stay on the track, live to see another lap, and just hope everyone else makes a mistake. But yeah, hate road courses and love the intermediates. But I hope it's just going to be a fun season. I really do. I think it's going to be a blast.
Yeah, I think it'll be a really fun season. Ricky, same with you. Which one are you looking forward to? Which one are you not looking forward to?
Yeah, probably the ones I'm looking forward to. Obviously, Texas. That's the home track. Brock and Trey, we have tickets up there, so living 45 minutes from the racetrack, that's always a pride.
Oh yeah,
Race I always want to win or get a podium or get an interview at least. And then another favorites of mine are any track that I can run an Elvis Presley paint scheme. I'm a big Elvis fan, so any track I can get Elvis on the track, obviously that's going to be fun. And then I'm going to go with Brock too, man. Chicago Street Course. I've actually already started practicing fresh off the Daytona 24 last night. And we ran some laps there, just trying to get used to what those corners look like. And I know on the back it's like a little half circle. I actually went down a wrong street during practice. So yeah, that's a tough one. Just trying to get your braking points down and figure out what the car is going to do. And it's a little uphill, downhill. I wish you would have put Coda on there. That's another race that I did in another league that I got really familiar with. And I feel comfortable with the Roval and Watkins Glen and Sonoma. I'll probably put a little bit of practice and Daytona road course. But I'm trying to get better at the road course stuff, and doing the 24 last night gave me more passion to do road courses. So those are the ones I'm not looking forward to. And then Texas, let's get it. Can we start the season there? If it is the home track.
Yeah, Coda was a big miss. Obviously another Texas track. I've been there in person and it's a good track to me. So completely unbiased whenever I say that they should have 1000% added that to the schedule. No questions asked.
I'm not the other one.
Yeah. So Ryan, same premise. Which race are you looking forward to? Which race are you not looking forward to?
Honestly, surprising enough, not any of the super speedways. Probably Auto Club. Just so I can redeem myself from last season, Trey.
Yeah, we won't go into specifics, but I kind of ruined his race pretty early. So
you seem to do that quite a bit.
Came into the practice late and put down the fastest practice time. Went down, qualified on the pole, and I had it in my hands, but things happen. It just gives me more drive. That's the one track this year that I really I just be able to win at. I don't care if I win the race. If I can win the Auto Club race, that'll make me feel better about a lot of things. As for the worst, probably like Brock, the Chicago Street Course. I don't even know it. I've never tried it. But I see how difficult it's been for a lot of other drivers. So that's the one I'm not looking forward to the most.
Okay.
To comment on something real quick.
Yeah.
You want to talk about redemption? Rockingham, buddy. Let's go. Ricky running third. I was running fourth. It was my best run of the season at that point, and he had to wreck. It was a terrible time. No, we hashed it out. We're all good now.
Yeah, honestly, for me, I'm actually really looking forward to the road courses. The two that we ran last year, I was luckily able to win both of them. So with Watkins Glen about halfway through the season, and then I'm looking through Sonoma's on there as well. And then you have the Charlotte Roval in the round of 12 in the playoffs if I do make it there. So I'm really looking forward to the road courses and trying to continue my streak. The tracks I'm not looking forward to would have to be the super speedways. I tend to either finish really high or finish really bad, which could make or break your season. Obviously, with Daytona being the cutoff race. I just something about those super speedways, man. I can't really figure them out. I can't finish in the middle and get good points. It just has to be either really good or really bad. So,
didn't you and Brock finish 1-2 at Talladega last year?
I've
last season.
Yeah, we were actually running out of gas as we came across the line.
Yeah,
I think
that's right.
Yeah, that was the one that we kind of got really lucky on as well because Roos and them had to pit. I think they were in contention with us.
Yeah, we would have had it. I think there was 3 or 4 of us that were all lined up there that should have had it had you guys not had to pit it. Yeah, thanks for bringing that one up. That one stinks.
Yeah. Brock always bringing up stinging subjects. So,
but for the ones that haven't ran the Chicago Street Course yet, honestly, as much as I hate road courses, it's a really fun track. Like once you get familiar with it.
Yeah, see, that's probably whatever. Like, you guys don't like road courses that much. I like them. If you guys like that street course, I'm probably not going to like it very much. I'm with Brock. I don't even own the track yet, so we'll have to figure it out as it goes. So moving on, we're just going to go through and have everybody's predictions for the Daytona Big Race. Austin, who do you think is going to end up winning that race?
I hope it's me, but the person I think that's going to win it is probably going to be between you and Brock, to be honest. The way you guys draft together and work together on those big speedway tracks like that, you look really good during that Golden Country Awareness race. And looking back at some footage from last year and stuff, you guys seem to be towards the front when it matters. So probably somebody from your team, you or Brock, or hope I'll be there with you guys.
Yeah, it's like what Roos was saying. If I'm not in the mayhem, I'll be up there. But if I'm in the mayhem, then there's nothing I can do about it. So I appreciate the words, but that adds more pressure to me. So we'll see how it goes. Brock, who do you think's going to win the race besides yourself? I should have said that. So
yeah, obviously I was going to pick myself, but out of everybody, I would have to go with probably. Where is he at? I'm gonna take a long shot and say Zach Woods. He's a good racer, and obviously we raced with him that one time at Pocono, and he was down like 6 laps and came back and finished. I don't even know the top 5. And he's always been very good on super speedways, so I'd see him winning it. Since I can't pick myself, obviously I'd pick myself, but Zach Woods is who I got.
yeah, Zach is a never give up kind of racer, so it'll be cool to see him back in Ghost Cup Series action. Roos, who do you got for the pick?
I'm going to go with a part-time driver this season. My guy, and I think he's the one, Chris Papa, phenomenal super speedway racer. If he can keep his nose clean, I know he's one that will work his way. He'll ebb and flow throughout the race. He'll be up front. He'll work his way to the back. He'll work his way back up front again. I've been around him a ton in super speedway racing, in different leagues, different I think officials, charity races, stuff like that. Phenomenal dude, phenomenal super speedway racer. I think he's going to get it done.
Nice, very good pick. Chris Papa returning once again as well. We got a lot of guys returning that have raced here before that are coming back, so it'll be a pretty good season. McQuaid, who's your pick beside yourself for the Daytona?
This one's super tough, man. It so many good drivers, but this is outside of the rookie class, because obviously I don't know how they race and whatnot, but I want to say Hubka, but I also I want to pick one of you guys, the Whiteheads, but. And then there's DJ, right? You can't count him out.
Yeah, there's a lot of contenders.
But honestly, I'm going to go with the dude that has been very consistent on super speedways, and he's been so close, and the final lap always gets him. I'm going to go with Ruse, man. He's got to get one this year. He's got to get one this year.
There's a point you can only fail so many times before you succeed, and I think that succession could be this race that's coming up. So that'd be pretty cool to see Roos get in victory lane at Daytona.
1,000%.
I think if he won this opening race at Daytona, he'd scream as he's going across the finish line in the voice chat. So,
you already know it.
Oh, that'll be some radioactive juice.
Yeah.
Yep. Can't wait to get that going again. That was a lot of fun. I only did a couple episodes last year, but hopefully we'll be able to do it the whole season. So, Ricky, who would your pick be?
Brock took mine. I'm excited for Zach. I know all y'all know him. This guy's already won a championship in another league that we participated in, and so yeah, I'm excited to see the developmental of Zach and show you guys he's not just a mid-pack runner anymore. This guy is. He gets mad now if he doesn't finish in the top 10, and yeah, that's a solid pick, Brock. But I'm gonna go Dylan McDonald. Dylan's one of my best friends on the servers. If he shows up to race, he's won races here in this league in the past, and I don't know how many times he won last year. I know he's super aggressive, and his IDGAF factor is in play.
Yeah,
he doesn't care at times, right? But he's super aggressive, and that's just the driving style that Dylan is. And if y'all have been around Dylan and if he wrecks you, you get really mad at him, and then the next week you're probably returning the favor to him. But Dylan can keep his nose clean. I feel like he's one of the guys to beat this season, not only for races, but to win races, but to win a championship.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting to see Dylan. I think he kind of stopped showing up to races towards the end of the year, but he had a lot of momentum, a few wins. So it'll be pretty good to see him back in action as well. Ryan, who is your pick for the Daytona race?
Honestly, probably DJ Daniels. He won the first Daytona race last season, and then and I won the second one. Honestly, I mean, that's my pick. Any super speedway for sure. He's fast. He knows the right lines, right runs to take. I just don't think you can count him out.
Yeah, that's why I was really glad to add him to the team this year. Honestly, to pick somebody outside of my team, because I'd honestly want either me or Brock, or even hell, my dad has got a good starting spot. I don't know how. Hopefully he can survive the duel. He qualified 5th, which is insane for him. Anybody outside of my team, though, I'd probably have to pick... I'd like to see Hubka get it done. I know Hubka's had some speed and he's gotten caught up in a lot of stuff. So I think I'd pick Hubka to get it done this week. Well, next week actually. It's the Clash this week, but
and then the shootout.
Yeah, we've got a bunch of races in between. But whenever the race is, I would pick Hubka for the win, honestly. So
yeah, last night I was talking to Cash and them. I was like, yeah, the duel's tomorrow, and I was like, yeah, it's definitely not tomorrow. So.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to race in the Clash. I might be broadcasting that one, which could be a good thing for my mental health. So,
yeah, I've already counted myself out of that one too.
It'll be very interesting and a lot of screaming and yelling at each other more than likely. But hey, it's for fun and it's a non-points race.
It's always the races that are for fun.
To get it out now, and then instead of during the season.
It's always the races that are for fun that are the ones that are most tense, and everybody's at each other's throats. So,
called in on that one. I just show up for it. I'll watch from the stands.
Yeah.
Who knows? It could be the cleanest race of the season or something. Who knows? Because all the races you think are going to be very clean are a little bit messy at times, and the races you think are going to be the worst are very clean at the time. So,
yeah, that was a lot of fun, and excited to do this every week. I appreciate you guys for coming on. And Austin, if you got anybody that you'd want to shout out before we head out.
Yeah, I'm gonna shout out to my new team, Smoky Mountain. Hopefully we can do well this year. I see a bunch of guys have myself, Cash, McDonald going pretty far into the playoffs for the most part. So hopefully we can keep that true.
Yep. Brock, how about you?
Yeah, obviously, our team. We were a 3-car team with just me, you, and Dad racing, and now we've got Metler, DJ, and what's his name?
Robert.
Yeah, Robert Gillard. Obviously, we got me and you going pretty far into the playoffs, and also Metler. Dad's got a really good qualifying position for the duels. Obviously, I didn't have him in the round of 16, just the way that there's so many strong drivers and very consistent people like Roos and Ricky and really all of us in here. But yeah, just shout out to our team moving from a 3-car team to a 6-car team. It's going to be very fun, and I look forward to it.
Alrighty, Roos, how about yourself?
Yeah, first things first, I want to send a huge shout out to my wife for watching the kid during this hour. I'm usually not off on weekends, so she was enjoying having me home and being able to help watch him. So huge shout out to her for her support with all my iRacing stuff. Shout out to you for putting this podcast on. I'm really looking forward to getting this season going. Obviously with the high of winning the championship last year, that was huge. Looking forward to keeping the momentum going. Welcome back to Ricky and a couple of the other guys that left the league, came back. Ricky, I've talked with you a couple times since you've been gone. Can't say enough positive things about you, and some of the other guys too. This league is a really good group of guys. I was talking about it in my stream the other day. We have our drama, we have our run-ins, and then we kind of move on from there. We're all gentlemen. We handle it as such. So I'm just looking forward to getting this season going.
Heck yeah, Ricky, how about you?
Yeah, man. Obviously, the return of us coming back, that kind of put everything together, and saw what y'all were doing over here, and I tuned in on some of the broadcasts, even broadcasted with Bryce a couple times, and so yeah, just excited to be back. We made tremendous amount of friendships and relationships in this league, and to see McQuaid and Ruse and being able to meet the Whiteheads at the racetrack, that was cool. Drink beers and have fun and cook hot dogs, that was cool, and just to get outside of the sim stuff. So yeah, we're excited to be back. You for putting on the broadcast. Appreciate you for picking me. I guess the wheel. I thank the wheel too for picking us as well. Yeah, man, I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited. This is gonna be fun. This is our quote. I'm doing air quotes. You can't see me. Fun league. So we're trying to have fun with it.
Yeah.
Whatever happens. It's not the end of the world. I didn't get hurt while doing this. So yeah, we're just gonna come in, have fun. Hopefully we can put on a show.
Yep. And Ryan, last but not least, how about yourself?
He has his mic muted, and I don't think he realizes it.
There you go.
Obviously, for all the hard work that they've been putting in the preseason. You for putting this together, the radioactive stuff. You've got a lot on your plate. You're great with it. Hupka for the league. TJ Hanley for being our painter. Just a lot of people to be thankful for. I'm really looking forward to this. Overall, I think it's gonna be fun. It's a long one. And so we'll see how the story plays out.
Yep, our first actual long 36, 37 race season. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Like I said, I appreciate you guys for coming on. Hopefully this is pretty cool. I'm gonna edit it and try to get it out probably tomorrow, and we'll see how the reception is on it. And I can't wait to come back and 5-6 months and look at you guys' predictions and see where everything played out. So like I said, thank you for everybody for watching, and we'll see you guys next week.
Have a good one, man. This was a blast.
Yep. But we're gonna go ahead and move on to our next subject. So we're actually going to have everybody go through and predict who is going to make the playoffs, and we'll go through, and eventually we'll get down to a champion for each person. And I will save this whenever it's filled out under your name, and we'll come back to it at the end of the regular season and see how good you did. And whoever's on the podcast during that episode can criticize, why did they pick this guy, and why did they pick this guy, blah blah blah. So I think it'll be a lot of fun.